أحب الوفاء بشتى الصور.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين، وصلى اللهم وسلم وزد وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It's been a long time. I miss you all, subhanallah. But as we know from the Quran, Inna Allaha ma'as-sabirin. Allah is with those who are patient. So I hope and I pray that everyone under these circumstances is doing well, inshallah, as good as you can. Keep up with the positive mindset, inshallah. This is a three-part series, three-part video series, very short, inshallah. I don't want to go over 10 minutes, inshallah. I pray I can. I'll try my best, inshallah. But I want to give you a quick overview, inshallah, of what Apex has been doing in the last, before the holidays and then also now, and what we are planning for as next steps, inshallah, after the holidays, Monday, inshallah, and then also into Ramadan, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So the first video is a little bit about the background, the mindset, the Apex curriculum generally for those who maybe haven't heard that yet, inshallah. Then in the second video, I want to talk about this specific situation, inshallah, the remote learning, what were you doing, basically, what we're planning, inshallah. And then in video number 3, I want to give some tips, inshallah, maybe some practical tips, what we can do together, inshallah, to sort of make the best out of the situation, I guess, the situation we're in, and then also Ramadan coming up, inshallah. So without further ado, inshallah, in this video, number 1, what is Apex all about? You know, what are we doing? And most of you have seen we have a new timetable since September. You know, kids have adapted very well. So where is this coming from? Maybe it's fair to say that, you know, keep it holistic. This has been kind of the principle of Apex since I know Apex, and I've been in Apex for a good 10 years now, mashallah, tabarakallah. And even before, you know, Apex has been famous for education, holistic education in the wider sense, not looking at education just in the classroom, but also everything else around, even at home. And I'm given this family feeling, really, quality over quantity, small classrooms, this holistic approach, inshallah, because Apex is a very diverse school. We have literally parents from around the globe, different backgrounds, different expectations as well. So it's a lot of things, and we try to balance out as much as we can, inshallah, being fair on everyone, and then also looking further as into where the kids are going for secondary school. It's really important that we get everyone up to a certain level where they will be prepared for the next step, i.e. secondary school, whether that is in an Islamic school or a grammar school or a just a kind of a state, whatever school they go, they should be prepared, inshallah, in every aspect. And this is what we are trying to do, inshallah. So with this new change, this is really something that we have tried to incorporate in our timetable and in our day-to-day business, in our day-to-day approach to pedagogy, to learning in general. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Now, all of that is underpinned by a very strong, what we believe, a very strong Islamic framework. And this Islamic framework is really based, or let's say inspired by the maqasid of the Sharia. The maqasid of the Sharia, I'm sure you've heard about it, is all about when the ulama came together across the madhahib, across different approaches, curriculums, and they sort of agreed, more or less agreed, that there is 5 main maqasid, 5 main goals, which Islam tries to protect in general, just objectives which Islam tries to protect in general terms. And these are the protection of faith, number 1, and then the protection of life as well, the protection of the intellect, the protection of lineage and family in general, and then finally the protection of wealth. Obviously, if these are the maqasid for the Sharia, then these are also the maqasid for education and tarbiyah in the wider sense. And for there, we have sort of tried to extract 5 kind of areas which we want to focus on. So we have on the top faith. face here, the protection of faith, spiritual religious literacy covered by the Tazkiyah studies in the current timetable, anything to do with Quran, with Sunnah, with fiqh al-akbar, fiqh al-asghar, Tazkiyah in general, muhasaba, all of these things basically. Then we have life, the protection of life, which in the educational sense we call interpersonal or emotional literacy, which is a lot of it is basically covered by the wellness studies, PE, and we talk about how to live a healthy life and healthy here, emotionally healthy and physical healthy in every sense. Then we have the intellectual or technical literacy, which is the rational studies, often or covered in the current curriculum by the STEM, the STEM subjects, the science, technology, engineering, maths. So these are the subjects which are covered in there in the curriculum or in the timetable. We have the protection of lineage, that's the kind of human cultural literacy, which obviously is in the global sense, is the global studies in the timetable at the moment. This is covered by the lead subject of literacy in general, and then looking into social studies in general as well. And then finally, wealth. These are the financial, the vocational literacy, the functional studies. This is what we do basically throughout and outside as well of the current timetable. Anything to do with, Gilwell, Umrah, the arts and crafts, the going to the park, all of that in general terms. And obviously we have other bits and pieces here at the end of the day where we talk about social studies as well, or SMSC and so on and so forth. But this is in general how we sort of look at education at Apex, and this is what we want to achieve, inshallah, with this timetable as we have it in place at the moment. Now, this is really the first video, and I hope, inshallah, you can see that we have put a lot of thought into this. This is not some rash decision. We want to have a new timetable. We want to have, this has been Apex for a while now, and there's a lot of thinking that has gone into that, and trying really to root it in Islamic sources, rooted within an Islamic framework, something that is really, really important, and then connecting everything with a common theme, because it is important that knowledge doesn't remain theoretical, but amal, ilm wa amal, as a lot of scholars have said, al-ilm wal-amalu taw'aman, that ilm, knowledge, and amal, practicing that knowledge, taw'aman, these are twins of faith, ummuhuma ulu al-himma, that if you put those together, then the essence, the result of it is that people will have a high aspiration. So this common theme that we put the knowledge into practice is something that we have been focusing on very, very very much, and also the values in Apex, and more about that, inshallah, in the next video. But I hope, inshallah, that you got an overview, and that you know where we're coming from with this timetable, inshallah. So in the next video, we will talk about the current situation, the remote learning, etc., and what we want to try to achieve, inshallah. So ila liqa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.